We gotta talk on this Egyptian. These Egyptians a little bit, especially the ancient Egyptians. As we know that they wore the hats or the crowns to signify the rule of the kingdom, and it was called Deseret, especially the red crown of Lower Egypt. When combined with the Hedjet, the white crown of Upper Egypt, it forms the Peshet double crown in ancient Egypt called the Sket Alright, so let's get into mythology. But hold on, before we start, we gotta hit that fair use, section 107 copyrights for educational purposes, research, and commenting, just to help out the people, just to give them a little different insight on a different outlook. All right, back to the mythology. So, the earth deity Geb was the original ruler of Egypt, invested Horus with the rule over Lower Egypt. The Egyptian pharaohs, who saw themselves as successors of Horus, who wore the deshret to symbolize their authority over Lower Egypt. Other deities wore the deshret too, or were identified with it, such as the protective serpent goddess Wajet and the creator goddess Sais. Neith, who often is shown wearing the red crown. The red crown would later be combined with the white crown of Upper Egypt to form the double crown, symbolizing the rule over the whole country. The two lands. See how they put that in quotation mark? The two lands, as the Egyptians expressed it. You know, they emphasized it and I emphasized it because, you know, through school history, we look highly onto the Egyptians. You know, through the pyramids, we still look back in amazement at how they made that. And we know that pyramids are on every continent. So, Geb. Geb was the Egyptian god of the earth and a mythological member of the Ennead of Heliopolis. He could also be considered a father of snakes. It was believed in ancient Egypt that Geb's laughter created earthquakes and that he allowed crops to grow. His symbol was the barley, the goose, the bull, the viper. Shoot, and Tefnut was the parrots. Some Egyptologists have, especially Jane Bergman, Terence Thwonsky, or Richard H. Wilkinson, have stated that Geb was associated with a mythological divine creator goose who had laid a world egg from which the sun and or the earth had sprung. This theory is associated to be incorrect, and to be a result of confusing the divine name Geb with that of white-footed goose, also called lame one stumbler. The bird sign is used only as a phonogram in order to spell the name of the god. An alternative ancient name of this goose species was Tarp, meaning similarly walk like a drunk stumbler. The white-footed goose is never found as a cultic symbol or holy bird of Geb. So if you look at the picture, I guess Newt would be representing the firmament, and Geb would be like you got this head of a snake, kind of like in the creation. So if you put two and two together, you know, you got that Serpent Mountain in Ohio with the snake eating the egg. I ain't telling you to do too much research. I ain't trying to say it is or it ain't, but you know, they use the crown to symbolize the rule of two lands. So you can't have two lands all in Africa. So people might want to look at that Serpent Mound. That's a good footprint marker of maybe that Egyptian god's rule on earth